Hi, all. Happy summer, right? We got through that past weekend. I didn't have to go live this past weekend because, yeah, there were protests all around the country, but I don't think anything was unexpected. We knew there was going to be a little bit of a uptick in violence here and there, but, you know, I also had to work that day, so I couldn't really go live. But I just posted a video on my other channel, Dr. Andrea O'Connor. Thank you guys. You probably already know about that channel, so thank you. About the Linda Vista Hospital, and it blew my mind because if you watch any of those ghost shows, which I used to watch a lot of them, I can't do it so much now because I always worry that it's going to give me nightmares and then I start seeing things. I don't know. Uh, but anyway, that hospital always intrigued me. It's in East Los Angeles in California, and so many shows, movies, and ghost hunting shows have gone through there. It's really famous for being haunted. Well, I guess I didn't realize this, that they turned that haunted hospital. Now, I'm not saying it's haunted. I'm just saying it's a well-known haunted hospital because so many nurses and staff and even movie crews that have shot there have said that they have experienced paranormal things, that they turned it into an assisted living facility. And that's great. I think they should recycle the building, whatever. But like, would you ever put your loved one in a haunted hospital that they just kind of put up some carpet, drywall, and paint? I don't know. I think it's wild. That story really intrigued me. So I did a video about it, did a little bit of a deep dive. But if you haven't seen it yet, yeah, it surrounds Linda Vista Community Hospital in East Los Angeles. And that there's modern sightings of paranormal going on, even after the remodel, that they have retired people living in. And it's kind of sad because they're low income retired people. I don't know. I guess I kind of keep going back and forth because, well, you got to have, there's nowhere to live that's affordable anymore, right? So where are low income seniors going to go? And I guess this is one option, but people are already saying they're seeing things there. It's really interesting. So check out check out my video on that if you haven't seen it yet. But then I was like, well, what other notable weird hospital things are going on? And I kind of ran across these things. If you're in Ohio, particularly Cleveland, Ohio, you may already know about this. So the old St. Luke's Hospital, that's another one. It is now closed. It shuttered in 2012. And it's been partially repurposed, though, apparently. And now this is a Reddit post, so I don't know if it's true. This is just off Reddit. A nurse that used to work at the now closed St. Luke's Hospital said she saw a figure in old-fashioned scrubs standing in a patient room doorway during the night shift. The figure vanished when approached, and a patient later described seeing the same nurse peeking into her room. And then coworkers said it was a nurse that died in the 1940s. Okay, if I got to call this out a little bit because they weren't wearing scrubs in the 1940s. Nurses were wearing those white starched uniforms with the little nurse hat, right? Which you guys know nobody wears that anymore. A weird factor, though, about this ghostly nurse being seen in this closed down hospital is the apparition has been known, or people had said that it's just a ghost mimicking a nurse, and staff and patients feel like there's almost like a time slip that goes on, especially in the repurposed building, which that's kind of weird. Oh, let me say really quick, this little background I'm using. I have a chocolate lab. That's not my chocolate lab. This is an AI rendition. I said create a doctor's office with a chocolate lab because a lot of times my chocolate lab is laying outside my office door and patients come in and they may or may not see him because most of the time he just likes to lay down. He's very, very friendly. So kind of the vibe that he's laying here with us, but he's actually in the other room. I just gave him some bacon, so he's all good. So, and then in Louisiana, if you're in that part of the country, New Orleans, shadow people seen in the ICU at Charity Hospital. So this story came out in 2022, apparently. A nurse at here's another one, the abandoned Charity Hospital. This has been closed since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The nurse shared a story on a nursing forum about a 2004 incident where during the night shift in the ICU, she saw multiple shadow figures gliding along the walls of the patient's room. The patient near death whispered, "They're waiting for me," before passing away. Post-Katrina, urban explorers that went into this abandoned hospital reported similar shadow sightings in this long derelict hospital. That is kind of weird. Seeing it in the past, like before Katrina took the hospital down, and now people exploring it, seeing those same kind of shadow figures, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to cite the source of this. This came out of allnurses.com in 2022. And the other one was from Urban Explorer Blogs. Okay, now Chicago, Illinois. Love Chicago. Was there last summer. It was beautiful. It really was. The weather was great. Floating orb seen at Mercy Hospital. So a palliative care nurse at Mercy Hospital posted on X in 2024 seeing a glowing orb hovering over a dying patient's bed during the night shift. The patient, who was in hospice care, smiled and passed away just as the orb started to fade. The nurse had 15 years experience, called it her first paranormal encounter. Well, hate to tell you, but you're going to have more. This was corroborated by a colleague who also felt a chill in the room. So that is kind of interesting. The orb started fading at the exact time the patient actually passed away. It's a pretty good one. And then we have Yorktown, Texas. If you've ever been there, I have never been to Yorktown, Texas. A caretaker at Yorktown Memorial Hospital, which is now, oh boy, I don't love this, now a paranormal tour site. I don't know. I think that's kind of disrespectful, but oh well. Reported in 2023 seeing a childlike figure, a shadowy childlike figure in a patient room during a late night check. The figure giggled, darted into a closed room that looked like a closet. And then, of course, when they opened the door, it was empty. Tour guides now say it's linked to Stacy, a girl spirit known for moving objects. I would say if those tours are still going on, now this came out in 2023 from a paranormal tour website. I'm just going to say it is well known now that little girl entities could be evil entities, but they lure you in like, oh, I'm just this innocent girl, because I'm telling you what, a little girl child, which was an innocent soul, is not lurking around dark, abandoned hospitals or haunted places. They're just not. It's probably more likely an evil, negative energy trying to trick people, luring them in, getting them to chase them. I don't know. Maybe they'll trip on a board and get poked by a nail, or I don't know. Don't trust that one. So don't follow that little girl, right? Yeah. Okay. So that was is that all of them? Is that all the ones we could find? Yep, that's all the ones I could find on abandoned hospital reports as of late. So, and I mentioned it on my other video right now. It's the summer, time to go on vacation. Do you guys stay in Airbnbs? I think Airbnbs are great. I always do worry about like, what went on in here? Well, what did the last person do in here? I mean, I guess the same thing is true of hotels, but I do like that you can use a kitchen, and staying in a hotel is expensive because you always have to eat out. However, we're about to go stay in an Airbnb this summer, and I had to watch the movie. I haven't finished it yet. The Barbarian on Netflix. Oh my God, you guys. It's summertime, right? It's telling ghost stories around the campfire and watching scary movies. But I had to stop the movie. It got so scary, and nothing even bad happened yet. It was just this woman staying alone in an Airbnb, and it was just super creepy, and these weird things were happening, and I just had to stop watching it. I'm going to watch it today because now the sun's out. It was dark out and it was late, and I just couldn't go to sleep. But I'll come back with a video. I'll talk about it too. More of a deep dive. I'll put it on my other channel too, but I like to do more of a casual deep dive on this channel, as you all know. And thank you to those of you, got to say thank you, that followed me over to my new channel, because my colleague and I wanted to start something like, I don't even know what to call it yet, accessible health information. So it's my new channel. It's called Vitalize Health Partners. I'll put the link on the description here too. And those videos are going to strictly be about health education, what particular what's the particular integrative medicine treatment for many, many different conditions, what many conditions are, what your doctor might not know. So it's really all about education. And then, well, I'll leave it at that because I'll talk about more thing on that channel. So thank you to those of you that leaped over there and became a member of that channel. That's really great because I feel like it's a good idea for people to have more access to health information, especially what's happened over the last few years, right? A lack of transparency and information. So that channel is going to be all that, right? Okay, that's it. Thanks for being here. See you soon.